In this video, we're going to go over the CSS Overflow property. Now, as you can see here, we have a div called first div, and we also have a second div. Our first div have just one paragraph, this paragraph which we have here. But our second div, which we have over here, our second div is containing two paragraphs. You can see over here, it's containing two paragraphs. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the overflow property and how we can fix it. So when you're having text overflowing from a particular div on your web page, you can fix it with the overflow property in CSS, okay? So let's go to our style sheet. So you can see for our first div, we gave it a background color of yellow and a border radius of 4 pixels, padding of 10 pixels, and a margin of 20 pixels. And for the second div, we gave it a background color of green, a border radius of 4 pixels, padding of 10 pixels, margin of 20 pixels, and a color of white, okay? So we are not going to be working on this first div, we are going to be working on this second div over here. So now let's go to our web page and see how this looks. So you can see it on our web page. You can see our padding and our background color of yellow on the first div, and this is our second div. So this is the div we're going to be working on, okay? So now to make you understand how this overflow CSS property works, let's go over to our style sheet. So like I said, we are going to be working on this second div, okay? So to know how this overflow property works, let's set a particular height on this div. So we are going to set a height on this div. So I already have this, the property we use is height, so I'll just paste this. So we are setting this div with a height of 120 pixels, a height of 120 pixels. So let's go over to our web page now and refresh this. Now we refresh. Now you can see, since we are setting this div with a height of 120 pixels, you can see the text they are overflowing out from the div, okay? You can see the text, they are coming out from this div. You can see the text outside the div. Now you can see we have a background color of green here, but you can see the text, they are overflowing out from the div, they are coming out of the div. So this is where, to fix this is where you use the overflow CSS property, okay? Then you can be able to fix this problem, okay? So now, since this text is overflowing, we want to fix this, let's go over to our CSS. So now the property you use to fix this is you guessed it, is the overflow property, okay? So you say overflow. Now the property you use is, there are two property which you normally use to fix this kind of problem. And the first property you use is scroll. The value you use is scroll, not property. The property is overflow and the value is scroll, okay? So the value you use is scroll. Now let's refresh this on our web page to see how it looks. Now you can see on the right hand side of your screen, you can see we have a scroll here. Over here we have a scroll. Now if we scroll this, you can see our paragraph now is contained inside of our div. Okay, now you can see this beautiful scroll we have here. So you can see now the paragraph is now inside the div. It's now contained properly. Okay, so this is one option we can use, and there is also another option which is the hidden overflow hidden. So you can also use this, the hidden. So it's the overflow hidden property. Okay, now let's refresh this on our web page and see how this one looks. I will refresh. Now you can see the text is hidden, and our side our scroll bar is gone, and you can see the text is now hidden inside of our div. So that is another property and value you can use, the overflow of hidden. You can also use that, and you can also use the overflow of scroll, okay? So that is it for the overflow CSS property. Yeah, I've showed you two options you can use, the overflow of hidden and the overflow of scroll, okay? So that is how to contain your paragraphs inside of a particular div if maybe it's overflowing and you want to set a particular height on your div. So you can use this property and values, overflow of hidden, and an overflow of scroll. You can use any of them. So that will be it for this video, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.